Reece James sends Chelsea into the last 16 of the Carabao Cup with a brilliant spot kick. Watch until the end of this review to hear all of my thoughts on yesterday's match. Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my review of the match that took place yesterday evening at Stamford Bridge in the Carabao Cup third round between Chelsea and Aston Villa, which did finish as a 1-1 draw inside the 90 minutes, but Chelsea won 4-3 on penalties. So what I'm going to do for you guys in terms of this review is that firstly, I'll be giving you guys the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of the match. I'll then be giving you guys my thoughts on the match itself, and as always guys, I'll be breaking it down into the first half and then the second half, and as well as that, I'll be giving you guys the positives and the negatives that I took from the match. And lastly, I'll be giving you guys my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming Premier League fixture, which will be taking place this Saturday at Stamford Bridge against Manchester City, with kickoff at 12:30 p.m. UK time. So without further ado, let's get straight into this review. Let's do it. So we're going to start this review by talking about the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded, and as always we're going to kick this section off by talking about the formation he chose to go with. And this caught me by surprise because it was a 4-3-3, and the way in which he fielded the personnel also caught me by surprise, and you'll see why now. He went with Kepa in goal. He went with a back four from right to left of Reece James, Trevor Chalobah, Malang Sarr and Ben Chilwell. He went with a midfield three of Ruben Loftus-Cheek at the base of that midfield. That caught me by surprise. And Saul Niguez and N'Golo Kante as the two number 8s just ahead of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And he went with a front three from right to left of Callum Hudson-Odoi, Timo Werner and Hakim Ziyech. And that also caught me by surprise because Hakim Ziyech normally plays on the right. Callum Hudson-Odoi can play on the right, but he can also play on the left. So that did catch me by surprise. But that is the lineup that Thomas Tuchel fielded at the start of yesterday's match against Aston Villa. Now we get into my thoughts on the first half. And I have to say that this was a half that was not full of clear-cut chances whatsoever. But having said that, Aston Villa did have the better chances, especially towards the end of the first half. Let's be real. Neither side really had any clear-cut chances in the early stages of the match. I think the ball was largely contested in the middle of the park, which meant that neither team was able to really get through. Yes, Aston Villa did have some glorious counter-attacking opportunities, but thankfully we saw some brilliant defending from our back four. But yes, I did feel as though we grew into it as the game went on, and I did feel that we were the better side for large parts of the first half, because I did feel as though we were sharper on the ball than they were, but it wasn't a half where we were able to generate too many chances, because Aston Villa were defending pretty deep and they were doing their very best to slow our ball. They were doing their very best to make sure that our They were doing their very best to make sure that our ball progression was very slow, because in parts of that first half it was pretty slow. I might add, I have to admit that it was pretty slow at times, but yes, overall, not the worst. It could have been better. We could have scored. Hakim Ziyech did have a shot from distance, which did force Jed Steer into making a good save, but that was pretty much the best. Sorry, I can't even speak. That was pretty much the best chance that we had in the first half. But overall, not bad. It could have been better. But now for my thoughts on the second half. Jesus Christ, we came out of the dressing room with a point to prove because we really did make a great start to the second half. We were peppering them. We had some great chances, and I'm just going to get straight into the goal. Great goal. Hakim Ziyech passes the ball to Reece James down our right hand side, and he then puts the ball into the box. As in, Reece James then puts the ball into the box for Timo Werner to head home, and he did exactly that. Great header. Jed Steer, no chance, and we did have some great chances after that. I'm not even going to get into them, otherwise I'll make this review too long. But we did have some great chances, but sadly we weren't able to take them, and we got punished for that. Aston Villa did equalise through Cameron Archer, and it came as a result of Matty Cash putting an absolute diamond of a ball into the box. Cameron Archer was able to peel off of his marker and head the ball into the back of the net. Let's be real, Kepa had absolutely no chance of saving that. It was a bullet header. It went in off the underside of the crossbar, and that made it absolutely impossible for him to even get near it, let alone save. But yes, great header, and they did cause us all sorts of problems after they got that equaliser. They had some glorious chances. Anwar El Ghazi had a chance to fire them into the lead from their left-hand side of the box, or the left-hand side of their box, shall I say, to rephrase. They did have some other chances through Cameron Archer, but thankfully Kepa did very well to save them. But I have to say that we were exposed after, we were getting exposed for a period of time after they got their equaliser. But Romelu Lukaku came on, Thomas Tuchel made some changes, and we did look sharp again. And I have to say that one player who was standing out for me was Ruben Loftus-Cheek. The way he was driving with the ball and turning past players was just really good to see. But yes, we could have scored a second, and in all honesty, we probably should have scored a second. But yes, overall, I think we should have won it inside the 90 minutes because I did think that we had some glorious chances in the second half and some chances that we should have taken. I'm not even going to go through all of the chances because, like I said already, it would make this review too long. So I'm just going to get into the penalties. Brilliant penalties. Sadly, Ben Chilwell was the only one who missed his, but it wasn't as though he put the ball wide of the target. He hit the bar. Kepa made some great saves as well. And you have to give credit to Reece James, who scored the winning penalty. It was an absolutely fantastic penalty from Reece James. He just put the ball into the top left corner. Yes, Jed Steer did dive the right way, but he was never getting anywhere near that. Some brilliant penalties from Romelu Lukaku, Mason Mount, and Ross Barkley as well. They sent the keeper the wrong way on each occasion, and you have to give them credit as well. But overall, I felt as though we deserved to go through. I did feel as though we edged it. Yes, Aston Villa played a good game. They did cause us problems, and they did have their spells where they caused us all sorts of problems. I'm going to be real. But we're going to get into the positives and the negatives that I took from the match. Starting off with the positives, of course, there are two. And the first one is that we were persistent. We really were persistent. Despite conceding the equaliser, yes, we did look a bit sloppy. And that is partly due to the fact that the team that played had never played together. Let's be real, they have never played together. But Aston Villa did expose us with some good play. But yes, we were persistent and weathered that storm. But yes, that's the first positive that I took from yesterday's match. The second and final positive that I took from yesterday's match is the fact that everyone turned up. I cannot fault anyone in the game yesterday. I felt as though everyone had at least a 6 or 7 out of 10 performance. And yeah, that's all I can say about that, really. The negative is that the goal we conceded was poor, but I'll say it again. You can understand why we conceded that goal because some of the pieces of play did accentuate the fact that some of the players haven't played together. But yes, that's something that can be rectified over time. But that is it for the positives and the negatives that I've taken from the match. And that is it for my thoughts on the match itself. Please, guys, do drop your thoughts on the match in the comment section below. And as always, I shall do my very best to respond. Now we wrap up this review by talking about my thoughts on Chelsea's upcoming Premier League fixture that will be taking place this Saturday at Stamford Bridge against Manchester City, with kickoff at 12:30 p.m. UK time. We're not going to have too much time to rest, but thankfully Thomas Tuchel made the correct substitutions in yesterday's match, and thankfully some of the players that played yesterday were players who were either suspended um, or players who have just come back from injury. So we should have enough energy to be ready for this game. I do believe that we can be beating I do believe that we can beat Manchester City this Saturday, and in all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised if we did, because right now we have a very good record against them. That is not me underestimating Manchester City in any way, shape, or form. They are still one of the best teams in the country just now, and we cannot underestimate the tactical prowess of Pep Guardiola. So we have to be at it. We have to turn up. It is as simple as that. But I would not be surprised if we won, because we have what it takes to beat Manchester City. Let's have it right. We have what it takes to beat Manchester City this Saturday, and I am certainly looking forward to this match. Um, I will be doing a preview for that. Stay tuned for it. That's all I can say on this match. That is it for this review. Please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you all very soon for some more videos. Come on, you Blues. Come on, Thomas Tuchel, and peace.